the beginning of a long-term impact on families around the world. I'm Alberto Camargo in the College Town neighborhood. A new research program at Florida State University is looking for cures and treatments for diseases that not many understand and are often fatal. And it all started from the motivation of a father who was left with a million questions and even more grief. From one of the darkest moments of a parent's life,
when you go through that type of a life-changing event, you reevaluate a lot of things in your life. So I did anyways.
Came a light at the end of the tunnel for families like his. Representative Adam Anderson is a father of 2 daughters and 1 little boy, Drew.
He's a very happy little boy. Always smiling. Once Tay-Sachs started affecting him, it was a challenging life, very challenging life.
Tay-Sachs disease, a rare genetic disorder that attacks the brain and causes loss of muscle control. Drew died in 2019. He was 4 years old. Anderson says at the time of his diagnosis, only 16 other kids suffered from Tay-Sachs, one of several thousand rare diseases that affect children around the globe.
And that's not only become a passion of mine, but it's become the purpose for me being here in Tallahassee.
Earlier this month, Anderson announced a $1 million grant to Florida State University to establish the Institute for Pediatric Rare Diseases, led by Dr. Pradeep Bide. He says the institute's long-term goals include a pediatric health center at FSU, a genetic screening center, and a master's program in genetic counseling. But most of all, research.
Research that can discover novel treatments are not going to be that expensive.
Treatments and cures are ideal, but Bide says there are over 7,000 rare diseases that affect millions. Few have cures, but finding out early can make for an easier life.
Pediatric disorders continue throughout life, so diagnosis early is critically important.
For Drew Anderson and most who live with a rare disease, a cure never came. It's a grief that will always stay with his dad. I imagine as a father, it's hard to go a day without thinking about Drew.
Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
But from his grief, Anderson has found his reason.
The impact that little boy had on our community and our family, the impact he's having now on the state of Florida, and beyond. It will continue. That impact will continue.
Anderson says that he is working to secure a second round of funding for the Institute to make sure that Drew's impact goes on. In College Town, Alberto Camargo, ABC 27.